Hey guys, it's Sandy and today I have new nails. So I did new nails. I even put on new tips and everything. So I used two different polishes. I used one on this hand, one on this hand. They are both by the same brand. And before I show it off and, show you the polishes and give you my thoughts and everything, these polishes are not made anymore. Like, this brand does not make nail polish anymore. They stopped making nail polish, I have no idea when, a couple of years ago, like quite a few years ago, like, I don't even know, because I don't even remember the last time I bought from them. But they started out with only nail polish, and then now all they do is sell makeup. So, but these are both by Julep. And I liked Julep because when they were doing nail polish, they did like subscription boxes, mystery boxes, and they were always like really full, always had a lot of good stuff in them. So if you scroll back like towards the beginning of my channel, you will see a lot of like Julep hauls, a lot of like mystery boxes, their monthly subscription boxes, hauls from sales and stuff that they did, all kinds of stuff. And it's decent polish. And I only have like between 4 and 6 bottles left. I used to have a crap ton. But yeah, so I thought they were cool because I liked the bottle shape of them, like when they came out and everything. I liked the bottle shape because you could put so many in a smaller space. They were little. Like, they are only 8 mLs or 0.27 fluid ounces instead of being a ½ ounce like other regular nail polishes are. And I know some gel polishes are a little bit smaller like this too, but these aren't gels. Gels sometimes usually are like 10, so even gels are bigger than this, but still, Anyway. So this is the color I used on this hand, and it is called Aaliyah. And like all of the polishes had like girl names. Kind of like, I think Zoya also did that. But, so, this one's really pretty. It's like a really nice, like, mauve kind of color. It does look a slightly, well, more than slightly different. It definitely looks different in the bottle than on the nail. Like, on the nail, it looks darker. And in the bottle, it looks like it would be more, like, I guess a little lighter. But it's definitely darker on the nail. This polish isn't bad. I did 2 coats. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. I kept it because I like the color, because it reminds me of like a color like that my grandma would wear. And like I said, it does look like way lighter in the bottle, but if the swatch on the top is very accurate to what's on the nail. So yeah, basically, for one, the first coat number 1 was awful. It was a god-awful streaky mess. But, so the first coat was very streaky, and I was like, well, I don't judge based on, like, first coat. I try to do second coat because, like, it always evens everything out. But even then, the second coat was a little streaky still. And the top coat did help some, but like my thumb has got like some weird stuff going on. It's kind of hard to see. Well, you can kind of see it. Like all those little like dots you see, like where the light is catching, like that's from the top coat because that wasn't there when it was just the polish, but I don't know what's causing it. I don't know. It was really streaky. I didn't really like this one. It was kind of hard to work with. So I am going to be getting rid of this one. So, yeah. I was thinking about how I'm going to do that, like, because I did swatch books and now everything is, like, numbered and everything. So I'm just thinking that, like, towards, like, the end of the year, or so, I would just, like, go through all my stuff, go through my swatch books, go through my polish, take everything down, you know what I mean, and, like, redo everything. But, yeah, this one's definitely going. And then on this hand, which looks like this, which is a beautiful color, I used this one. This one is called Nelly. And this one is a little different because this one has hollow in it. I added the hollow to this one. This didn't normally have hollow in it. It normally looked, this is the swatch. So adding the hollow didn't really change the color too much. Maybe lightened it up just a touch, but also it could be that the swatch is a little bit thicker on the polish than, like, you know, my tips are. Plus the swatch is white and, like, these are on clear tips, so. But there it is, bottle versus nail. And this one was gorgeous. This is also 2 coats, and I did not use a top coat on this one. No real reason, I just was waiting for it to dry, obviously, and then I just got distracted and I never went back and put on a top coat, so I just left it. But I mean, it's still got a good shine. Like, that was the other thing I liked about julep polishes, is they all had a pretty decent shine. I mean, unless stated otherwise, because they did make mattes and satins and stuff like that. But just the regular nail polishes, I feel all had a pretty decent shine to them, even like without a top coat. I mean, in person and up close, like, I can tell they are a little dull. Like, they look a little duller than they do on camera. But again, that is just because I didn't do a top coat. But this was 2 coats of polish. Again, the first coat was a little patchy, a little streaky, but nothing crazy. And the second coat, but it also performed super beautifully, where the other polish was like a streaky mess, and, like, nothing I did could fix it, and, like, you'd have, like, the bald patches and you try to fix the bald patches. This one went on much smoother. And this one's not dried out or goopy or anything. It just was not working. Well, this one was just, it worked beautifully. So obviously I'm keeping this one. But the color is gorgeous. I really, really like the color. Like I said, oh my god. Like I said, I added the hollow. But I feel like that little bit of hollow, and also too, one thing, the hollow is much more, like, pronounced in the bottle than it is on the nail. You can see it on the nail, though. Like, I'm not trying to say you can't. But it definitely is more striking in the bottle than it is on the nail. But it is so nice. It was so smooth. I know you can't, like, buy these from Julep anymore, but you still can buy them on, like, on the secondary market. Like, I'm sure if you went on, I don't know how, I don't use WhatsApp, but I've been seeing a lot of, like, advertisements for it lately, so I'm sure that they sell it on there. I'm sure you'll find people selling it there. I've seen it on Macari, because I do use Macari. I've seen it on, like, eBay. I haven't seen it in any of, like, my resale polish groups that I'm a part of on, like, Facebook, although I'm sure there are people out there who have it. Like I said, I had so many bottles, and, like, sometimes I wish I still had a lot of them, but at the same time, I'm like, no. I did use up a few bottles, though, of this, in, you know, in my day, because they were little, so they were kind of easy to use up. But, yeah, if you have any julep polish, let me know, because I would be curious to see what you had. Sorry, my dog keeps barking. But yeah, so I just thought I'd use these today and see how they work out. I'm trying to, because every single time I say I have a plan, I never end up doing it. But, you know, because, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like I need to go through some of my polish again, kind of, because, like, I kept polishes like this that I never actually used, because I like the color, obviously, which is great, but I didn't ever use it, and doing it on a swatch stick is not the same, because I always feel like you go thicker on swatch sticks and stuff than you do on your actual nail. But, you know, I need to actually use these polishes I've never used before, both gel and regular, but especially regular, and see how I like them so that I can keep my collection manageable, I say, as if it will ever be what some would consider manageable. I've got a ton of polish. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot. So yeah. I really do need to start using up ones that I haven't used specifically. I might have used this one like years ago, but I do not remember. So yeah, that is my video. Again, here are the nails. I really do like how they came out, and I do like both colors. I do think I like this one a little bit better, but that's just because this one gave me so much trouble that it kind of, because I was actually going to do both hands this color, but then it gave me so much trouble on this hand that I didn't want to use it again, which again was another reason I was like, I'm getting rid of this, because if a polish gives me so much trouble, I don't want to use it on my other hand while actively painting, you know what I mean? Then I am not going to keep it, because I'm never going to use it again. So yeah, those are the nails. I do like this color better, and this one's definitely staying. This one is going, but both colors are very pretty. Again, you can find these on like eBay and stuff like that still, but this company does not make nail polish anymore. They only make like makeup items now. But alright, that is my video, and I hope you liked it. Talk to you later. Bye!